Hi, good to see you again. This is Joe Stokley with Stokley Properties, property management services serving the greater Walnut Creek, Contra Costa area. And today, as my guest, I have Mr. Curt Bullock from Bullock Insurance Brokers here to talk about insurance, where he specializes working with property managers and property investors in the insurance industry. And the topic we're going to, by the way, thank you for being here today, Curt.
Thanks, Joe.
We're going to discuss the differences between when you have a property being named additional insured or additional interest, and that's where I'm going to stop and let Curt take over here. So would you kindly explain
Sure.
the differences, because it's a tongue twister. A long time, I had a hard time explaining that to people. Like when we asked for that to try to explain it, I'm better at it now, but you're the pro, so why don't you go for it?
So when you have an investment property, you have a landlord policy. And the landlord policy can name you as the property manager as an additional interest or as additional insured. So if you're an additional interest, what that means is you're going to get a copy of that policy when it renews or if there's any policy changes. Now, as additional insured, you're going to have the same rights on that policy as the owner of the property. For example,
Yeah, I was going to say, and one sounds way better than the other. Which one would you recommend?
we'd recommend you be named as an additional insured.
Okay.
Because that's going to give you protection. So there's liability protection on that property. So if someone was hurt on the property, say they had the tenant had a party and a guest slipped and fell, and they decided to file a lawsuit, well, the lawsuit would serve you as the property manager and the owner of that property. So as being named as an additional insured, the insurance company would cover you as well for that claim.
So, so rather than not being named additional insured, same accident happens. Now I have to hire my own attorney to represent myself. Why the policyholder, insurance company's attorney is representing them as well. So you got all these different attorneys all doing the same thing. So basically, that's what sometimes I have a difficult time saying. Like, hey, client, Mr. Property Owner, I'm representing you. I'm on your property only because you've asked me to be there, and because of that, I should have the same rights as like legal counsel, being covered by things that a trip hazard or whatever. It's like I didn't push the person over.
Right.
You own the property. It's your insurance policy, and if something happens, I'm covered with you.
Yeah, it's a much smarter way to have your insurance to protect your income, cash flow on the property, and to protect the relationship between the owner and the property manager. So you always want to be named as an additional insured.
Is there many companies that? Let me ask you another way. Is that the norm in the insurance industry? Is there's more insurance companies do that than don't?
Not necessarily. There's probably quite a few that don't do that. And if you have a company that doesn't name your property manager as an additional insured, you want to find another company that does. You don't want to put anything at risk. You want to protect yourself as the owner and your property manager that's managing your property. And so we take a consultative approach. So we'll look at your property and we'll look at all the insurance companies out there and we'll find the best company and the best policy for you to provide the additional insured coverage for your property manager.
Excellent. Great. Well said. Well said.
All right.
Well, with that, we're going to wrap it up. And again, if you have any questions, please give us a call. And or Curt on insurance information and questions. It's a really important thing. You're never going to have too much of insurance. So thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you soon. Thank you, Curt.
Thank you, Joe.
Okay, thank you.